from the screening committee, and I will want to quickly, without much ado, hand over the floor to the chairman of the screening committee to present their report.
The National Chairman of APC, please allow me to align myself with the protocol that has been established. Gentlemen and ladies of the press, before I hand this report to Mr. Chairman, please permit me to make some brief remarks so that it gives a perspective to the job we've done and what we're handing in today. This assignment came in at the most difficult time of democracy in this country. The issue of trust in the electoral process, the issue of trust in the nomination process. And the task that we're given is, and as we considered by the committee, was extremely difficult. But it is because of the nature of the job that we accepted. Because it is not for the APC we agreed to do this job, it's for this nation. We are sticking our integrity, the integrity of the process in this country in order to arrive at what we have done. Mr. Chairman, sir, our report is conclusive. Every member has signed and has agreed with what we have decided at the committee level. This is essential because we want to be judged by what we have done and what we are presenting. Permit me to quote the 15th century Renaissance poet from Italy, Dante. He said, "The hottest places in hell are reserved for those who in the period of moral crisis maintain their neutrality." Mr. Chairman, sir, we were thorough in the method in which we conducted this exercise. We recorded live the interaction with each of the candidates. Unedited version is the one we're giving as part of our report. So that we want to be judged by what we have done, not by a third party or by rumors or by gossip. The methodology we used was clear. It was evidence-based. Mr. Chairman, I think maybe the members of this committee have done an additional job in which we are going to write a bill to the APC National Party of cancelling. Because apart from doing our job, we only sat and listened to every bit of what they have, even if it's a grievance that is not relevant to what we're doing. And to us, at the end of the day, all the candidates, we kept telling them this is the section of cancelling, not screening, because it went beyond screening. As I said to the gentlemen of the press some few days ago, we're not investigating anybody. All we did was an interaction and confirmation. Greatly. But our report and the reporting of this report should be based on evidence that were presented, not on assumption, not evidence that were presented, not on assumption, not speculations, because each of the findings has a base. and it's not outside from what has been given to us and what has been given to all those that came in for the screening. So, we were ready with the report since yesterday. I'm not a religious person, but I think there is a divine hand in what has happened for us to present this report today. Because today is an important day in the history of democracy in Nigeria. Some people laid down their lives for us to be able to do what we've done for the past 2 days. And if we betray such, then the future, our children, the children of our children will be judged badly. And that is why, sir, we decided to be meticulous. All discussions, all recommendations are based on evidence. And in order to support that, as I said earlier on, we are given unedited version of our interaction from the start to the end of the interaction, and also our discussion even after those that came for the screening will have left, so that to tell you this committee has been working hand in hand. Lastly, sir, I thank you for the opportunity for giving us this great privilege to do this at this most difficult time. And I thank my members because when I was appointed the chairman, I exercised a lot of powers. And firstly is who controls the remote of the air condition in the committee room. And also the issue of age, because I declared as the chairman that I will now step down, that I was the oldest. I was 72 at the committee level, and I used my power and veto that should be I was 72 so that I could be able to control them. Because I realized that I was far younger than all of them. I exercised these two powers greatly. And unknowingly, it's only this morning I realized that they only pretended to allow me to be the chairman and exercise my exuberance of youth. But at the end of the day, sir, we've never met before. We've never interacted before. But the spirit in this committee work has given us a lot of these good experiences and friendship. I sincerely hope it will develop. So I will now concede that I'm the youngest because the committee work is finished. And as I hand the report to the national chairman, I thank you for the support. I thank you for everything, the tolerance, and also for the lack of sleep that I've had. I sincerely thank you very much. Sorry, as you can see, we're only 6 here. The 7th member has just left because her daughter was admitted into hospital in early hours today and she was operated upon. So we crave your indulgence. That's why she's not here, but she has signed the document. The last minute she just left because her attention was needed in the hospital. So, Mr. Chairman, sir, on behalf sorry, because I try to avoid mentioning a lot of things. So I only described the methodology in which we used and our findings. And in our findings, which is the party that will reveal the details, we've screened 6 candidates that came. As per and sorry, 3 were deemed eligible to participate and 3 were deemed uneligible to participate. So the details, this is the recording that the whole process for the 2 days we've done, and these are the supporting documents because all our findings have references and documents that support our decision. So on behalf of this committee, sir,
I think you should tell us, you don't have these cameras and give me secret. What did you find out? So nobody has another of lecturing me. What did you find out? Yeah, they know for that you are already in the back. That contributes to transparency. I think who is not good to explain what is there.
The report is in the order in which the screening exercise was conducted. The first candidate was Mr. Osaru Obasi.
The first candidate was screened.
Our observation, the committee, after screening and verifications of the candidate's documents, found him eligible to contest the primary election. Based on the committee's observations above, the candidate is here. Engineer Chris Osa. Observations. The name on all the certificates presented by the aspirants are in contradiction to each other. Also, the sworn declaration of age imposed by one Captain Stevens on 3rd of June 2016 bore two conflicting names of the aspirant. That is Engineer Christopher Aif Gobiasa Ogimoi and Engineer Christopher Agbebosa Agumoyi. Considering the discrepancies in the name of the aspirant on all the certificates presented, and also the difference in the name contained in the sworn affidavit of June 2016, which is attached as Appendix 10, and having regard to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, the Electoral Act 2010 as amended, APC Constitution and the party's guidelines for the nomination of candidates for 2020 governorship election in Edo State, placing reliance on the cases that has been settled by the Supreme Court and Court of Appeal on Angus Didi versus TMB 2009. And sorry, I haven't got my glasses, so you have to bear with me. An order delivered on 13th of February 2020, it is the considered view of the committee that this aspirant does not meet the requirement to participate in the primary election of the APC. In view of the findings of the committee above, Engineer Chris is not cleared to contest. Dr. Pius Odugu. Accommodation-wise, the name Pius, Evaluate Precious, Manson, Odugo appeared on different documents. However, anomaly was cured in the affidavit deposed by his father. So I'm finding that even though the name Pius, Precious Manson, Odugo appeared on the degree of Jewish doctor, contrary to the name Pius Odugo that appears in all other certificates, the sworn declaration of which deposed by one Chief Manson B. Odugo, the father of Pius Odugo, has cured the anomaly. So we attach this as evidence. Our recommendation is pursuant to the above. The committee therefore recommends that Pius Odugo is eligible to participate in the election. Eze Yamu Osagi Andrew. Findings. Even though the name Eze Yamu Osagi Andrew appeared on some of the documents, while others have only Yamu Osagi, the attestation of birth issued by the National Population Commission has cured the anomaly in which we have attached that evidence. And our recommendation is that it should be cleared to participate. Godwin Obaseki. Observations. Though His Excellency Godwin Obaseki in his nomination form claimed to have obtained a higher school level certificate from the Institute of Continuing Education, Benin City, it was observed, however, that no educational certificate such as higher school level certificate is known in the Nigerian educational system. Even then, the said higher school level certificate was never presented in the course of the screening exercise. The aspirant admitted that he has never collected it. We attach it, and it's part of the recording of the interview and also the evidence in which he has submitted under oath. The attestation from the Institution of Continuing Education, Benin City, from where the alleged higher school level certificate, which was indicated in the period of attendance, was obtained is of no consequence, as it is only attested that Godwin Obaseki was a student of the institute. And what we had was just like an attendance, but not the result. Although the committee received a petition on his University of Ibadan Bachelor of Arts Classical Studies certificate, which he submitted to INEC in 2016. When he first contested as governor, the committee on further probing was presented with the original certificate issued by the University of Ibadan, and the original was cited. On the NYSC certificate, that is the National Youth Service Certificate, dated 6th August 1980, issued to the aspirant, the committee observed that it bears the name Obaseki Godwin. While this may be an error on the part of the issuing authority, we observed, however, that the aspirant has not taken any step whatsoever to have the anomaly corrected by the issuing authority. In line with the decided cases of Angus Didi versus Select Ketemeri and others, we have presented two cases here. 2009 and so let me take that. In line with the cases of Angus Didi versus Select Ketemeri in 2009. Sorry, the right is.
The second case is a recent case. That is PDP and two others versus Yoga Nakuma, Dege, Elenyo, and two others. Delivered on 13th of February 2020, we find it difficult to vouch for the authenticity and acceptability of the NYC certificate as presented by His Excellency Governor Obaseki. Findings. In view of the interaction, in our interaction with the EC's rest, we concluded that the high school certificate was defective. The NYC certificate of the National Service Corps and the act that the aspirant taking the party to court, because these are some of the issues from which we have attached, and based on the party constitution, this has made us to recommend that the above candidate, therefore, His Excellency Godwin Obaseki is not eligible to participate in the election. Let me just expatiate. During our interaction, which was done live, he informed us that he has instituted a suit against the party and the chairman of the party. And yesterday, we received all the documents of those processes. And we had to rely on the party constitution because it stated clearly that all remedies should be carried through party process and party machineries. Most of these instances will give opportunity for if there are evidences that such has been done which has not been supplied. And this is one of the reasons that we delayed, because there are certain documents that were requested, not even under oath. We wanted to give the opportunity that it should be supplied. Up to this afternoon, none of the documents has been returned to us. So our decisions are based on what has been before us. So all these documents are attached, and all the references and all the authorities as I've cited are also attached. That candidate we screened was Yoreme Kewema, and our recommendation is that because also he has already instituted a case before a court in which the evidence was brought before him, and he also admitted that what that was even trying to go through the internal process of the party. And since the constitution is clear about such actions and such decisions, it is the view of the committee that is not qualified and eligible to participate in the exercise. So these are our findings, our observations, and as I've said, all our observations and findings are based on this document. So, gentlemen of the press, I would advise if any comments that you might make later or in your publications, please be guided by what has been produced, not by emotions. Mr. Chairman, sir, thank you for the opportunity that you've given to us. And we really appreciate it. Thank you. With the current social distances, and I want to, I didn't tell you to be scared of me. On behalf of the committee, we want to thank you for the opportunity you've given us to serve. and we're looking forward to any other assignment that this party may wish to consider that we can do for them. So here I leave the reports, the recordings, and all other necessary documents that we have used in this process. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. My colleagues of the National Working Committee, the Welfare Secretary, Deputy National Chairman, Northwest, Woman Leader, National Auditor, National Treasurer, National Public Secretary, Southwest Vice Chairman, and National Organizing Secretary. On behalf of my colleagues, I want to thank you, Professor and Chairman of this screening committee. And through you, I want to thank all the members of the committee. We appreciate that you are all gainfully employed persons, and you have had to devote quality time and painstakingly do what you have submitted to us. Like I mentioned at the inauguration, the screening committee report is still subject to the appeal committee, and the appeal committee will give opportunity to all those who have participated in this exercise to take advantage of the appeal if they have reasons to disagree with the findings of the committee. As of yesterday, members of those aspirants have been advised to take full advantage of the appeal mechanism if they wish to, and the appeal committee has been put on notice to be ready to hear any appeal arising from this report. I want to thank you for your time, thank you for the sacrifices you've made to us, and even thank you for working today, being a democracy day, and doing a job which, as you rightly said, is at the heart of democracy. You could see the level of public interest as reflected in the number of media coverage, and for us, it is just consistent with our commitment to continue to deepen democracy and transparency in the activities of our great party. So on behalf of myself and on behalf of the National Working Committee and indeed the entire APC family, I thank you for your work, and may God bless you and reward you abundantly. Thank you very much. So this concludes the end. We wish you happy Democracy Day.
You've been watching the APC press conference where the APC screening committee for Edo governorship aspirants submitted their reports to the National Working Committee at the party's national headquarters in Abuja. We now return to Lagos to continue with our regular programs. Stay with us.